On today's episode of Watch Jericho, we are here with my $5,000 Corvette. Probably one of the cheapest C5s ever. You know, every once in a while you see them for that price range, but it's rare. And this one was destroyed by rats. In the last video, of course, you saw us take off all the stock suspension. It was the electronic active dampening suspension. That's all gone. And now, today, we're gonna slam it, not too far, and put wheels on it that aren't terrible. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Jericho, and like I said, I'm here with the $5,000 Corvette and a new set of wheels I picked up just the other day. Now, if you take a look at this car, you're probably thinking, what kind of 4x4 mud bogging Corvette is this thing, right? And that's exactly what it is right now. It's probably why I had a convertible top, so the mud flies over your head. You can just be like, look at that. But anyway, this thing, it's rough, and this wheel setup's very bad. These are reps. These are not actual GM wheels, even though they look just like, I think these are the Y2K, although the Y2K might be the 5 dual spoke wheel. I don't remember exactly, but it's a really good wheel. This one's just a bad example of it. All the chrome is falling off. If we come over here, we can do one of these here maneuvers and just remove all the chrome. All the chrome you want, it'll just all come off. So it looks really bad. And to add insult to injury, the right tire is on the front. This is a 245/45/17, and you're probably looking at this thinking, yeah, he's got 17s on the front and 16s on the back. No, it is a properly staggered wheel setup like the Corvettes are, 17, 18, but this back tire is a Raptor or something, some really bad tire, a Sceptor, it's a Sceptor, and most of it's rubbed off because they've like curbed this thing so many times. 245/40/18. So what should be much wider, it should be like a 255/60 or something like that. It should be much wider because it looks stretched, and it should be much taller. That tire should sit like up here to look proper. Corvettes look good with a little bit of sidewall, unless you go up to like 20s or something. So today, I've got the fix. A friend of mine posted on Facebook Marketplace, he was selling some C6 wheels, and I was like, it's not gonna look right. But I ended up buying them for just $400. And I think it's gonna look incredible. And they're wrapped in the same tire, which is a lot better than I can say for this. Continentals all the way around, and they're GM wheels, and the finish is intact. I mean, so many pluses. It's hard to even express how many pluses these wheels have. Let's look at them. I might have been wrong on that back ratio, but anyway, it should have a way taller sidewall. Sometimes I forget which way the ratio goes. But these are, extreme contacts, and it's a 245/40/18. Looks a lot better, right? A nice 5-spoke with paint instead of chrome, so we're kind of anti-boomerang the car. And then here, okay, don't go away. I just wanted you to move. Here we have a 285/35/19. Z-rated, of course, the right tire for the car, plenty of tread depth, and they're not weather rotted or cracking or anything like that, like the ones on the car are. So today, let's get this thing back on the lift, rip those wheels back off, lower this thing about as far as it'll go on the stock bolts, which is right where it should sit, and I think the car is going to look incredible. So we've got one shot of the car looking like an absolute hideous monster truck right there. I mean, the wheel well gap is like, we're talking iPhone 12, like pretty close to iPhone 12. Anyway, it's pretty huge, and that one's even worse. I think this one might be full iPhone 12. Look at that. Almost the whole thing. It's just massive. So once this is done, I think the gaps will be perfect, and you want like a constant gap. These don't give you that. So I think we're gonna make this car look 1,000 times better for just $400. Let's see if she starts. A second ago, I'm gonna say this and it's not gonna work, but it started like flawlessly. The second I bumped the key, I was pretty impressed. Barely sounds like a miss. I mean, the car's shaking. We're gonna get this thing sorted soon. And the car's in the air. The old junk wheels are off, and I'll probably sell those on Craigslist. And honestly, somebody will want them. Somebody will be like, I'm gonna re-chrome those, which is like, it costs more than the wheels cost.
Yeah.
Re-chroming is wildly expensive. We're talking like a solid $1,000 to do those 4 wheels. So let's lower this thing. It's just this bolt right here, and basically you just loosen it, and the car's lowered. So here is our stock bolt right here on the bottom of the leaf spring. And we're just gonna use big boy here to spin that thing out a little bit. Okay, there's about 2 threads showing. That's where you want it. It's lowered. That's it. So now we're gonna do the other side, and then on the front, the reverse thread, so be careful. If you try to use an impact or anything, on the front you kind of have to do it by hand. I don't think there's room for an impact, and if you try, can cause major problems. Yeah, you could lower the car, or you could just do it. It's too much tire. Oh no, it's that wheel well liner. Yeah, I'll move the wheel well liner. Oh, it's all pushed out. Oh yeah. Yep. Honestly, I think once the wheel goes in, it'll stop messing around. And it's gonna look good. Yeah, this is a bit of a big wheel for a C5, but it fits just like we wanted. It just rubbed right there at the back on that plastic. So we've got the backs on, and they sit inside a bit too much. I think we're gonna have to run a spacer just to make this work in reality. It's gonna touch the wheel well liner. Yeah, it definitely just touches in there. Okay, take a look at the wheel wells, and you can see that that tire is just way too far in with the new wheel and tire setup there. So we're gonna bring that out. We reach back behind the tire here, and we do have plenty of clearance. I can fit my whole hand back there, no problem. So that did fix itself when the car got lowered into the position where it sits, but it's definitely way too far in. Obviously the C6 wheels are a little bit of a different offset, so we're gonna get spacers, and I'll get that front sorted out, and I think this car's gonna look incredible. Oh, sweet, sweet. Okay, I'll be right there.
All right, brother.
All right then. Cool, thanks man, bye. Turns out O'Reilly's has wheel spacers. Let's go, we're gonna get this fixed tonight. So let's run over there and pick up those spacers. I had no idea O'Reilly sold them. And we have arrived at O'Reilly's to pick up our wheel spacers, and that thing needs an oil change now. It's probably upset.
Yeah, probably time.
Yep. What up? You got those things behind the counter?
Yeah.
Sweet. I know that guy. Yeah. Well, we didn't have the lug nuts I wanted to run because I wanted them in black. That's the problem. I was like, let's just buy the lug nuts, but we just pivoted. Time to do an oil change in the F250 because it's mad at me. All right.
Let's get her done, brother.
Let's do it. Later, guys. Thank you.
Man, have a good night, man. See you guys.
Taco Bell, oil change.
Priorities.
That's right. Priorities are key. Woo! Look at that. I know that wheel gap, it's gonna get fixed shortly, but the rear end looks incredible, and with a little bit of poke we're gonna add with the spacers, everything will be so much better. I think I have $6,300 in that car, including the wiring harness that will be here on Friday. And once that's done, I mean, we're gonna like put wiper blades on it, change the fluids, and have a driver. I'm gonna go drive this thing for a little bit just to enjoy it, and then we'll decide what happens next. We will clean it up a little bit. Obviously there's no cleaning up all the clear failure, but we can make this thing look a little bit better. And maybe, I mean, there are some people that can respray clear and make that look okay. So that would go a long way towards this being a complete car. But I'm just gonna bolt the interior together once we get all that done and that harness swapped over. So since we couldn't get all the wheel stuff 100% done today, my black spline drive lug nuts are on the way. Let's change the oil in the Ford. It needs it immediately. I skipped the fun part where I was covered in that black oil that always comes out of diesels, and I think it's just about done draining. Yeah, we're down to drips. Cool, cool. And the filter's off. So let me grab my new Wix filter and all this oil. Doing Rotella T6 again because it's the diesel oil and it meets all the specs for this bad boy. Let's fill this thing up, reset oil life, get back on the road. I'll throw links in the description below to everything. Let's fill up this filter and we'll be ready to throw it on the truck. Ooh! Nailed it. Nailed it. Just what I needed on here so I could kiss the O-ring. Perfect. I know you guys expect me to use the Bluetooth funnels, which has no funnels at all, obviously. And I do think we're gonna make a Bluetooth funnel shirt, but unfortunately, I needed to fill this thing quickly today because I gotta get out of the shop. So I'm using the funnel. Also, it lets you pour in 13 quarts in like a couple of seconds instead of last time where it took about 5 minutes. So 10 quarts in the big bottle and 3 quarts out of this bottle and we should be good. So about there. I think this thing's probably about dead on the money. Let me start it and check it. All the oil's buttoned up and she's full. Let's don't start it, we'll just hit run. And then here in the settings. Okay, okay, okay. Go over here to settings and vehicle and oil life reset. Okay, and hold. She's done. Should be good to go. All right, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjericho.com where you get cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. Now I need to go dump all this oil at O'Reilly's. That's a lot of quarts I've got sitting around in here. Man, I am in love with this. Friday we'll have a harness and we'll have this thing lowered and maybe we'll have it all running. We'll see how fast I can change that thing out. Other important stuff that happened today, the Adams suspension is all bolted back together, so this thing can be transported up to PFI speed when we put the engine back in, which actually got a bunch of the parts off the ground too. And check this out. There's a 30-mile TRX sitting here, loaded. Basically every option, getting polished for its real delivery to the customer. This thing left the dealership, came straight here, and the customer is picking it up from here. And these things we're gonna talk about this thing because it's just one of the coolest trucks ever built in history.